In the last lecture, we applied the authorize guard globally in our Nest.js application. What it did is, it made all the endpoints of all the controllers in our Nest.js application protected. That means only an authorized user can access all the routes. However, there are some endpoints like the login endpoint and the signup endpoint which should not be protected. They should be accessible by all the users. They should be a public endpoint. Now, before we learn how to make some of the endpoints public, let's first understand what is a decorator, because we are going to create and use a decorator to make few endpoints as public. A decorator is not something specific to Nest.js. If you know TypeScript, you might already be aware about the decorators. On a very high level, decorators are a powerful syntactic feature in TypeScript that allows you to add functionality or modify the behavior of a class, method, property, or a method parameter at runtime. Decorators are essentially functions that are applied using @ symbol before the declaration you want to decorate. So a very important point to understand here is decorators are nothing but a function, but this function gets called at runtime. We have already seen some built-in decorators in Nest.js. So for example, if I go to this source folder, there let's go to this user folder, and in there, let's open this user controller.ts. So in here, you will see that this @controller, it is basically a decorator. In the same way, this @get, this is also a decorator. This @param, it is also a decorator. And this @delete, this is also a decorator. So these are built-in decorators in Nest.js. Now we can classify a decorator into four types. We have a class decorator, we have a method decorator, we have a property decorator, and we have a parameter decorator. In this example, this @controller, it is a class decorator because it is applied on a class. In the same way, this @get, @post, @delete, these are method decorators because they are applied on a method. In the same way, this @param, it is a parameter decorator because it is applied on a method parameter. And this @query, it is also a parameter decorator because it is also applied on a parameter. Then if we take an example of property decorator, for that let's go to user service.ts, and in here this user repository is a property, and on that property we are using this inject repository. So this is a decorator which is applied on a property. So this decorator here, it is a property decorator. In the same way, this @inject, it is also applied on a property, so it is also a property decorator. And these are some built-in decorators available in Nest.js. Now let's say we want to create a custom decorator. So what I'll do is, let me close this file and let's retract this user folder. Let's go to auth folder, and in there, let me create a new folder and I'll call it as decorators. Okay, inside this decorators folder, I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to call this file as allowanonymous.decorator.ts. And from within this file, I want to return a function. So for that, I'm going to use export. Let's create a function using this const keyword, and I'm going to call it as allow anonymous. Okay, now remember that a decorator is nothing but a function. Here, this function, it will act as a decorator factory. And from within this function, we need to return a decorator function. Okay, so this function will act as a decorator factory, and from within this function, we need to return a decorator. So here, I'm going to write a return statement, and what we have learned, a decorator is nothing but a function. So from here, we are going to return a function, and inside that function, I'm going to write a console.log statement, and there, let's say the allow anonymous decorator is called. All right. And this decorator function, which we are returning from within this allow anonymous function, it also takes some parameters. So for example, it takes a target, the target on which we are using this decorator. It can be of any type. Then it also have this property key, which is going to be a string value. And then it also have third parameter, which is property description. And this should be of type property description. Okay. And actually it should be property descriptor. Okay. And let's also call it as property descriptor. So this is how the signature of a decorator function looks like. Here, if we want, we can also log the value of one of these properties. So for example, let me go ahead and let me log the value of property key. Let's save the changes here. So remember that from within this allow anonymous function, what are we returning? We are returning a decorator function. And now on whichever method we will call this allow anonymous, before executing that method, this function will be executed. So for example, if I go ahead and if I try to use this allow anonymous decorator on, let's say, one of the controller endpoints. So for example, if I try to use that decorator on this login endpoint, for that, first I'll have to use this at keyword followed by the name of the decorator. In this case, it is allow anonymous. And we need to call it like this. So when we are calling it like this, what it is going to do? It is going to return this function. And this function will be called before executing this login function. Okay. Now here we have an error because it cannot find this allow anonymous name. So let's also write the import statement here. And what do we want to import? We want to import allow anonymous decorator from this file. And now that error should be gone. Now, currently we cannot test it because this endpoint, it is not a public endpoint. It is a private endpoint. So if I save the changes and if we go to Postman, from there, if I make a request, first of all, we are going to get this 401 unauthorized because since we have applied the authorize guard globally, every endpoint has become protected. So they will be private and they cannot be accessed. That's why we have this 401 unauthorized. And you will also see that nothing has been logged in the console. But what I want to show you here is this is how we create a decorator in TypeScript. First, we create a factory decorator function, and from within that factory decorator function, we return a decorator function. And this decorator function gets executed before the method or before any target. So we can also use this on a class level. I can use this allow anonymous on this auth controller class also. In that case, the target will be class. Currently, since we are using it on a method, the target will be method. Okay, so on whichever declaration we use this decorator, first this decorator will be called, and after that only that declaration will be executed. In this example, first this allow anonymous function will be called. Basically, it will execute this function which we are returning from here, and after that this login method will be executed. So this is the use of a decorator. Now in the next lecture, we will modify this decorator because what we want from this decorator is it should set an authentication type as public. Okay, but for now, as you can see, a decorator is nothing but a function which gets executed at runtime. Now, there is one more decorator which I want to talk about, which is a built-in decorator in Nest.js, and that is this set metadata decorator. It is provided by Nest.js. And this decorator, it is a built-in decorator in Nest.js, and it allows you to associate arbitrary metadata with a specific handler or controller. It takes two parameters, the key and the value. The key is a string that serves as an identifier for your metadata, and the value can be any JavaScript value. It can be a value of string type, number type, Boolean type, an object, or even an array. And you can apply this set metadata directly to a route handler within a controller method or to the entire controller. We will talk about this set metadata decorator. We will see the use of this set metadata decorator in our next lecture. So basically, we are going to use this decorator in order to allow anonymous access to some of the routes. Let's do that in our next lecture. From this lecture, I hope now you have a brief overview of what a decorator is. In the next lecture, we are going to modify our allow anonymous decorator to allow anonymous access to some of the routes. This is all from this lecture. Thank you for listening and have a great day.